It has been quite a while since I've looked at a System of a Down song here on my channel, so I'm excited to jump onto one of theirs today. I have seen this song pop up a few times on my videos. This is Question, and we're going to break it down. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer Glatzhofer, but you can call me Jen. I'm a singer and a voice teacher, and you have clicked on a reaction and an analysis video. I have not yet watched this. It will be a reaction, but I will be pausing and talking about the vocals because that's what I like to do over here, and we're going to learn a thing or two along the way. If you'd rather watch the full video uninterrupted, I've left the link to the original video in the description below. But if you are enjoying my content, then please do consider checking me out over on Patreon. There's a lot of fun going on over there. You can also join the Discord family, so yeah, go and check it out. 2025 has been a busy year for me. I released my debut album. Earlier this year, I released my debut album called Echo. You can now stream it on all major streaming platforms, but you can also purchase it as a vinyl record. You can do so by visiting my Bandcamp page or my merch site. But yeah, the song that you're currently listening to is one of my own as well. Do go and check it out. I would love to hear what your favourite song is. Okay, let's hit that subscribe button and the bell button, and let's get to Question by System of a Down. Oh. They write the intros are always so hooky. I just want to hear that kind of drop again. Visually, it's very interesting because it's kind of like a black and white, just the red bird, and then as soon as it's hit, that's where we get the drop as well. I also love drum beat wise, it's on like every single 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, just driving that pace forward. So different from that acoustic opening. Yeah, we get that bass drum drive there.
Sweet berries ready for two ghosts who know different than you.
Ooh.
Ghosts are now waiting for you, are you? Sweet berries ready for two ghosts who know different than you. Ghosts are now waiting for you, are you? Dream.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry, I know I just cut that line because it changed into Are You Dreaming? Let me just look at the lyrics. Okay, so the first one, ghosts are now waiting for you, are you? Then ghosts are now waiting for you, are you dreaming? Also, there is a change because I thought they like repeated that section twice. Very interesting. It's kind of, you never know what's going to come out. So we have this kind of really beautiful, bare opening, then obviously we get the hit and it's very, very busy. Then we get that in the second half of that intro, we have a bit more of a drive with the bass drum hitting every single beat. But then the vocals are very... It's just like really quite quiet, there's not much volume to it. It's almost like a whisper, but we are getting clear. There is no breathy kind ofness. It is actually quite a clear vocal. It's just very tiny, very delicately put there. Following like the bass line, which is really interesting. And that opening riff is so strong.
Berries ready for two ghosts who know different than you.
Yeah.
Ghosts are now waiting for you, are you?
Are you? And this is the first time that we kind of get a, we get a harmony as well, but also the delivery is a lot more legato. Before, everything's quite plucky. We kind of we get that groovy bass line as well. They're not on the same notes, but they're complementing each other, the way that the vocals are delivered and the way that the bass is played. And that arpeggio on the guitar. There's claps as well. Whoa. Okay, I need to listen to that again. Because going into this again, the opening riff, the kind of the motive for this song, really interesting. I love the way that it's rather than like a harmony complementing the lead line by being kind of like quieter in the background and just emphasizing the lead. It's almost like there's two like leads. They're both as strong as each other. The tone and timbre that we're getting from our higher harmony line here has just the same amount of impact as our lead line. The quality of the voice is very, very like direct and full. We're not being floating in the background. It's got this lovely resistance and clear quality to it. We're kind of, and especially that we're up higher than the lead. As we ascend, and I've spoken about this before, but as we ascend, the vocal folds stretch out. We get thinner, so we have to work a little bit harder to make sure that they're connecting all the way if the desired outcome is to be clear, which we're getting here. We can hear lots of whine in his voice as well, which is wonderful. The voices just match so well. And I love that kind of da. We hit that note and we stay there for a while. This is obviously the top harmony, but also the lead. Fly. And then we get that descending fall on the word fly as well. That's eerie. And we fall onto that when. And I love, that fall down from the lead. This is so interesting because we do have that empty feel and we feel like there's a pause in the music almost for that clap section. And again, going back to a complete contrast to what we've just heard for the chorus, where we had really full, thick sounds from their vocals. Here we're just like stripped down. And I know it's in a lower part of our range, so we can do that much easily. But it's really interesting to hear them from this and then go straight into this. It kind of really just draws us in and we're not ready for where it's going to go. Well, I wasn't anyway, but it's really interesting. Yeah, that bass line drops out in that section. Okay, so here, those harmonies, are you dreaming? Really, we have that breath quality through, so it's completely different BV line, a backing vocal line to what we had in the chorus, a different feel. That's not what we're after, the music's a lot stripped back here, so it kind of complements that in a way that, that we're not being too direct and too twang-led, which is what we heard in the chorus, which I'm sure we're going to go again. Who knows? And again, the red symbolization of the dress, like the bird at the beginning. I love that vowel. Just alright. We can hear this kind of bright quality. As soon as we spread that mouth, we're going to get a brighter quality. That's why, when we think of like classical singers, opera singers, it's very a rounded shape. We get a darker quality. What does brighten the quality there is the twang, which we do hear here as well, but just that spread helps with that that bright quality too. It's so punchy. So that connection to fly when was a direct, there wasn't much of a tail off after that note in this section. It's just I love the small differences between the choruses. It just keeps it like real and like we are like the vocals are just here and present and with us. Yeah, you can hear how different and punchy it is from both of the qualities. Both of them have a lot more twang in their voice. Twang is the tightening or the narrowing of the AES, and that helps us get a little bit brighter, a little bit more louder as well, without reaching with our thicker folds, especially when we're up high here. Small tail off, but straight onto that note. Ooh! Okay, sorry, that's distorted scream. And I thought we were going to come off it a little bit sooner, but it actually it's held on until this drop again. So it's kind of, everything's drawn out, kind of like that shot at the beginning that then the bird was, hit, is drawn out until we get that drop musically. So I love how every section is kind of, there is this kind of waiting and longing. Lyric-wise, it's quite repetitive all the way through. And we've kind of had this structure of kind of going round and round and not much changing, which is really interesting because it is that kind of like question repeating in our mind, going round and round and round. So that's kind of, it pairs well with that. Okay, let's just quickly talk about this distortion. There's kind of, it's a lot of false vocal fold action. If we were to press so hard with our true vocal folds, which is where I'm talking right now, which is where we talk and where we would sing and produce like clear vocals or have sound, that would cause a lot of pain and restriction there. So what we want is actually to have the false vocal folds, which lie a bit above, to make contact, to create this like this kind of pressure, but not like in an irritated way. It's really quite relaxed there, and we want it to feel relaxed. And it's actually, even though it's this kind of gritty, distorted sound, we don't want to push too much volume, because then again, the true vocal folds might want to make contact, and that's not what we want. We want it to be nice and light and lots of breath coming through. There's slight crackles. I love this rhythm, so cool. Oh. Yeah, this delivery is so intense. Like, there are no words here, no lyrics, just la 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 la, and it's so direct. Is this in 5/4? Just trying to work out there, because I mean, there's so much to work out all in once. Ooh, interesting. So, System of a Down song question is known for using multiple time signatures which shift through the song, including 9/8, 3/4, 5/4, 6/4, and 4/4. Okay, because I did think when we it feels like there's an extra, but we're so used to hearing like 4/4, right? So it feels like there's an extra, then we go into it. So that's this section, this 5/4 section. And I think the chorus was in that 4/4 section. I'm going to have to maybe go back and just hear it again. But it'll be interesting just to map it out. That's also keeping us on edge, because everything's changing quite dramatically and just quickly, suddenly. Ah! Yes, this is 4/4. Okay, whoa. Okay, hold on before you start screaming in my face. I feel like that was either the phrasing was dragged out longer. Was that dragged out longer, or was it the fact that we had like a much faster drum, like hi-hat kind of rhythm going on? Something felt very different then. It's just, again, that thing of like repeating, going round and round and round. We're holding out that question. There's so many questions. Listen to how contrasting it is, the delivery. Fast rhythm, long phrases. And that straight tone as well. Wow. Ooh. Whoa. Crikey. No. Okay, there was no more jump scares happening. I was like, whoa, beautiful. Just return to this like soft and almost that we had that distorted like crackle again scream. And then it felt like a breathy kind of vocal line just coming in the background there, just floating. Like, very contrasting. There was a lot of like juxtaposition in this video and music, but then we have this da 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 da, this like really harsh, abrupt la la, like singing the motive right that we've heard from the since we heard the like drums and bass and all the guitars all come in, that motive do 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 do, we hear it constantly in the verses as well, on the bass line, on the guitar, then at the end, then with the vocals, so it's just constantly there reminding us. And then the constant red symbolization throughout this visually videos, like even at the end it kind of got more and more intense. Really interesting. They're a band that's not shy to talk about what's going on. We've heard that with other songs that I've listened to them, but also a band just to kind of like play with the musicality and the rhythms and sing in that way as well. It's really interesting. Well, that's going to be in my head for the foreseeable future, because it's just so funky. And yeah, let me know where you want me to go next with System of a Down, because I know it's been a while and hopefully eventually I'll get there again, but let me know. It's been really, really lovely to jump back onto their music, their vocals. It's really thought-provoking and it kind of leaves you thinking like, whoa, even though like I know I've just mentioned at the end what I kind of thought there, but the fact that the lyrics were very repetitive as well, it's kind of like it almost stays in that constant thought as things get more and more hectic, and then we get that abrupt scream at the end. Anywho, thank you very much for watching this reaction and analysis. If you did enjoy it, please do go and hit that subscribe button, bell button, and a thumbs up button. Remember to check out my own music over on Spotify or wherever you listen to music. You can purchase a digital download or a vinyl record. All of this can be found either on my Bandcamp or my merch site, which includes some fun merch. Do go and check me out over on Patreon as well, but otherwise I will see you very soon for some more content. See you soon. Bye.